South Florida's public schools were in the headlines a lot this year.
Yeah, Education on 6 reporter Ari Odzer reminds us why and looks ahead to the issues lingering into 2023.
Tumultuous, controversial, dramatic. Public education was all of that in 2022. As culture wars invaded the classrooms, our school districts still have hundreds of teacher vacancies, and superintendents came and went, beginning with Alberto Carvalho in Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
It is my goal, my decision, that as I open my heart to LA, never to close my heart to Miami.
Dr. Jose Dotris stepped into the superintendent's job, saying reversing the COVID slide of learning loss was job one.
Accelerating learning and making sure that students are catching up, and those that have not will continue to be not only the priority this year, but I have to tell you honestly that I see it within the next 2 years as well.
So help me God. Congratulations.
Politics dominated education this year.
This is definitely a new time when it comes to education policy.
A critical grand jury report led Governor Ron DeSantis to replace 4 Democratic women with 4 Republican men on the Broward School Board, and then they fired Superintendent Dr. Vicki Cartwright.
So for me, it was part of the toxic culture that I wanted to address.
I was shocked and surprised.
But a month later, with 4 DeSantis appointees gone, the school board voted to keep Cartwright on the job.
She has been professional, and she is moving forward.
Carvalho was still here when DeSantis praised the Parents' Bill of Rights law last January.
We should provide parents with recourse so that state standards are enforced, such as Florida's prohibition on infusing subjects with critical race theory. Our tax dollars should not be used to teach kids to hate our country or to hate each other.
In fact, schools represent the one place in America where hate is not allowed, where coexistence is taught. No district in the state of Florida that I know of is teaching critical race theory.
Carlos Curbelo is a former congressman and school board member.
Some of these solutions are looking for problems. They aren't actually addressing problems that are prevalent and that truly exist. Still, a lot of policymakers and a lot of voters think that it's important.
No, ma'am.
For example, sex education became an issue in Miami-Dade this year, not the 1970s, as conservative activists objected to a textbook. The board approved the book, then rejected it, then approved it again.
It is something that I personally do not believe is something that is age appropriate.
I believe that every student should have the chance to learn these scientific facts that do affect them later in life.
The state's so-called Don't Say Gay law sparked a ton of controversy.
What do you tell kids who feel like they're being pressured from Tallahassee just to be who they are?
Well, all I can tell you is our schools are safe schools for kids, and they're safe schools for employees.
They need to have that safe place to be able to have those conversations and feel accepted.
When children go to school, they're supposed to learn reading, writing, arithmetic. They're not supposed to be indoctrinated into ideology. These conversations need to be had in the home with family members.
We conducted a teacher survey in which 54% opposed the law.
They already have a high suicide rate to begin with.
Only a small percentage in our survey support the Individual Freedom Act, which limits what teachers can say about racial issues, with critics calling it state censorship, while one supporter said it prevents indoctrination, writing, "Teachers should not use the captive audience, meaning students, to vent their frustration with the system, their personal views on social issues, or personal values."
There are a lot of people in our country who believe that mainstream corporations and a lot of politicians, that especially colleges and universities, have been promoting a liberal agenda, progressive culture. So this is the backlash. As some of these conservative policies get put into place, there will be an equal and opposite backlash in the future.
Curbelo predicts the pendulum will eventually swing back the other way. But as the school bell rings on 2022, the culture warriors have passion and momentum on their side. Ari Odzer, NBC 6 News.